Hi everybody, that's Allie.
And that is Dash,
Welcome to our Playdate.
where we choose a game, sometimes make up our own rules, and play for a while.
Enjoy listening and playing along.
Or don't. We can't hear you. It's a podcast.
Look, the years start coming, and they don't stop coming.
That's the one thing Smash Mouth contributed to this world. They do not stop coming.
The years do not stop coming.
They do not.
Oh. And with that, hey, little ghosties.
Hey, little ghosties. Today we're playing a game called You're Getting Old.
By Van Gogh Toys.
Or Van Gogh if you're British, I guess.
There's no GH. It's just Van Gogh.
Van and Go.
Yeah.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Oh.
Which I'm pretty sure is what they were aiming for, but they were
Right.
like, let's make sure nobody mispronounces our name.
And also knows how to spell it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So the point of this game is we have this little path to getting old. And it's got a bunch of little icons on it. It's 1 through 10. And we have this little avocado chip.
The avocados are really cute.
Yeah. And the idea is that every time you read something on the card.
There's an old prompt and a redeem prompt.
Yeah.
So if you've done the old prompt, you move closer down to the 10.
Yeah.
And if you've done the redeem, then you move back.
Yeah.
So hopefully you get net zero.
Right.
And the first person to 10
Yeah.
loses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other person by default wins.
So one of us, Allie, is older than the other one, or is getting older than the other one.
Faster.
Yeah.
And because this is You're Getting Older, the oldest person gets to go first.
Yeah.
And
We
that
also want to
is
apologize to all of you. Now, is it everyone who applies, or is it just the person reading the card?
It applies to everyone.
Okay.
Although, I guess we'll cross this bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
But like, if you can answer the redeem, if there's only one answer. Anyway, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it.
We
We'll
apologize to all you little ghosties who are going to be playing along and going, "Oh, I don't think I'm that old," and you're suddenly going to realize, yeah, you are.
Yeah. Or maybe you realize, no, I still got a few years in these tires. Okay, so you haven't been carded the last 2 times you ordered a drink. I definitely have not.
Nope.
It
took one look at me.
You do random dance moves during a normal conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do random dance moves. I make up songs though. But I don't do random dance moves.
I've seen you do the random songs in the middle of a conversation.
Mm-hmm. So okay. I'm at 1 and Dash is at 0.
Yeah. So you are old if you used to draw those S things.
Oh yeah. 100%.
100%. You can redeem yourself if you draw one of those S things.
Do you have a pen?
Yeah, I do. I keep it in my pocket at all times.
Okay. I can do one too. Pause for drawing, everyone. Can I have a paper?
Yes. Here you can have. Oh, we still have the notepads from Hot Seat when we played that.
Okay. Do you have a? Oh, I have a pen in my purse.
Yeah. Oh, this is real quick. This is not gonna take a really long time. It's just 6 sticks. Boom, 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 and then you connect the top, connect the bottom, and then connect these two, and a line and S thing. I don't even know. We all just collectively knew how to draw that S thing.
Why did we do that?
I don't know. I think it was the first meme. It's just, I don't. You learned it from somebody. Who knows where they learned it from?
But
yeah, it's a little backwards.
Yeah, mine's backwards, but I did it.
Close enough. Yours is more like a, not an S or a 5. What's the other one? Anyway, I redeemed myself net 0.
I redeemed myself net 1. I remember the day I learned how to do that. It was like I had cracked some code, and then it was like, oh, it was this easy the whole time. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I saw those things everywhere, and then somebody taught me how to do it, and that's it.
Right.
But it's like, where did they learn?
Yeah.
Who taught
It's
them?
going around the internet right now. Like, I've seen several memes that deal with that thing. Old, you've complained about the house prices in the past week.
Yes.
I haven't in the past week, although I did talk about my mortgage today. Redeem if you'd be willing to move into a house that's haunted as long as it's affordable.
No.
I would, with the caveat that they were nice ghosts.
Okay.
I want like nice, chill ghosts.
Uh-huh.
I would.
Yeah, not like the horror ghosts. Who
Not
make your life
I don't want
terrible.
like a horror-y murder ghost. I want just like chill ghosts who are like, yeah, we were here and we died and we just like to make sure this place is okay.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
see?
I still wouldn't want ghosts like watching me when I sleep. That's weird.
I'm fine with that. Who cares? It's a ghost. What are they gonna do? Tell the other ghosts? I don't care.
It's just I'm not a voyeur. I just like you don't need to have them see me doing things.
Let ghosts be a ghost, Dad. Did you see the movie where Hopper from Stranger Things plays a ghost? I think it's called We Have a Ghost.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And Jennifer Coolidge is in it.
Isn't Anthony Mackie in it?
Anthony Mackie's in it as the dad.
I haven't seen it. It's in my queue.
It's
but I haven't
really
seen it.
cute.
Oh,
It's
okay.
definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
It's a really cute movie. I watched it around Halloween. I think I watched it on a plane, but
Yeah, it came out roughly around Halloween, but
Yeah.
then like there were so many things I needed to watch that I just
it's
never got around
cute.
to it.
Jennifer Coolidge is really funny.
Mhm.
It's like kind of makes you feel good at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's not super scary, so if you
Mhm.
want to watch it with younger people, they're not going to
Okay.
have nightmares.
So it's one of those types of ghost
Yeah.
movies.
So I'm just going to stay where I am at
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Old. You've faxed something.
I have.
No lie. I faxed something up until about the beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
Because there were still things at work that needed to be faxed.
Yep, I've definitely faxed
Yeah.
things in my lifetime.
Redeem if you regularly use your Bitmoji. Absolutely. I
You
use-
do. I do not.
No, I use your Bitmoji more than you do.
Yes.
Because like
that is a fact.
because Bitmojis have that thing where you can like have a friend, like a co-star. So I picked you as my co-star for a lot of things.
I've used it. I think I have 2 that I use at work
Mhm.
for like my welcome email to students.
Oh yeah.
And then I just go back and forth between which one I feel like using at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I literally think that's the only time I use it. All right. Well, I'm at 2 and Dash is at 1. Okay.
This game is going to take a really long time
Um,
because we're youthful
We'll see.
old souls. So we keep redeeming
you watched
ourselves.
Bill Nye the Science Guy videos on a roll-in TV monitor in elementary school.
Yeah.
I didn't.
yeah.
I'm even older than that. I was watching Mr. Science.
Oh man, remember Mr. Wizard? Are you that old? Because I'm that
Yes,
old. Yes.
Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
Finish this lyric. Take a look in a book.
It's
A reading rainbow. I have to say, I think it's actually take a look. It's in a book.
Uh-huh. What does it say there? It's a book?
Take a look in a book.
I don't know.
Am I adding an extra word? So I'm not
Maybe.
gonna Google it. Y'all tell
You know
me.
what we should
Get
do?
mad about it.
We should take a picture of this and tag LeVar Burton.
I think he was my first crush. Have I ever told you
Yes,
that?
you have. Yeah. In fact, like if we ever went on one of those
He's
cruise ships and we did the
full-
dating game,
he's
that
full
would
of-
be.
yeah.
I would know this answer.
He's wonderful. So I can do the reading rainbow lyrics. So I'm back
Yeah.
down at 1.
And it wasn't Wesley from Star Trek.
I mean, it was like, yeah, it was Wesley because he was like more my age, but like LeVar Burton was like kind of everything.
All right. Old, you owned a Game Boy Color. I did not.
I owned a Game Boy before a Game Boy Color.
I Game Boyed before the Game Boy Color. My brother had a Game Boy Color. I didn't. Redeem if it was lime green, but I didn't have
No.
one, so it doesn't count. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have one. I had the one before that one. Pause for blood sugar reasons. Otherwise, my phone's just gonna keep vibrating the whole time. Annoying. So is my blood sugar. People now call you Mr. or Miss. I mean, yes,
Yes.
but also I'm a teacher, so like
Yeah, same.
it doesn't. That I don't think that really has anything to do with age.
Yeah, right.
Ugh.
Redeem.
You use the phrases high key or low key. I don't use high key.
No, I don't.
I've
use
never
high key
used
or
high
low
key. I use low key, but I'm just
Like I don't even use it ironically though.
I don't use high key. I've never used that. I don't use low key that often.
Yeah, like I use legit more than low key in that same instance.
Sure, yeah.
You know, like instead of saying that's low key a bop, I would say like that's a legit bop.
Right. Same.
I wouldn't even say bop though. Like that's not even my thing. Old, you have a specific piece of silverware that you don't like to use.
That you don't like to use?
Yeah. You have a specific piece of silverware that you don't like to use.
I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think I do.
I have silverware that I don't use.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not that I don't like to use it.
I guess.
Okay.
Or, well, I think it means, like, this is my fancy silverware. I'm not going to use it until company comes.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't have fancy
Yeah, I
silverware.
definitely don't have that.
Yeah.
Redeem if you own Air Force Ones.
Nope.
Yup.
Definitely nope.
My
Big, huge nope on my
Air
part.
Force One Pandas Champion Edition are the ones that I own. And I just bought a pair of Air Force One Mario Collage sneakers.
Well, that sounds cool.
I'm still waiting for those to get in, but yeah.
You've said 8 p.m. is too late to start a movie. I have 100%. I haven't said those words, but I've looked at my watch when someone was like, "Hey, do you want to watch a movie?" And I'm like, "No, I do not."
Right.
It is 8 p.m.
Yeah.
It is not movie time. We're not starting a movie at 8 p.m.
Correct. I've been there for
If
that.
so, what do you consider a reasonable time to start a movie? It depends on how long the movie is.
Yeah.
If it's a 90-minute situation, we can start it at 8 o'clock. That's fine.
Yeah.
If it's like a 2 hours or more situation, 7.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you need the movie to be over by 9-ish.
I need the movie to be over by 10.
Okay.
I need it to be, it's done. It's got to be done.
All right.
Yeah. I'll take the L on that one. You know what an e-boy or e-girl is. That's the redeem. I don't know what that is at all.
I do, but I could, like, if you asked me to define it, I couldn't.
Then you don't know what it is. There is nothing I hate more as a teacher than someone who's like, well, I know what it is, I just can't explain it.
Okay.
Then you don't, just say, I don't know what it is. That's fine.
Like, if I see one, I could be like, that's an e-boy or an e-girl. Like, it's got an undefinable quality to it.
Wrong. Then why would it? Wrong. That's wrong. It's okay to say, I don't know what it is. That is a valid response. But to say, oh, I know what it is, I just can't define it. That means you don't know what it is.
Okay, hold on.
This is a PSA.
Disagree.
No.
I'm disagreeing.
No.
Let me explain.
No, there is no
Can
disagree.
I explain my side of the story?
No, there is no disagree. If you can't explain it, you don't know what it is.
Let me explain
All
it
right,
then.
I'm going to draw another card then,
As a
'cause I don't wanna listen.
professional wrestler, as someone who has appeared in front of cameras for various productions, some people have what's called an it factor. You can't define it. There's no way you can make a list out of those qualities, but you know it when you see it. There are people that I've seen in a ring try very, very hard at what they do. They're there every practice. They're there before everybody gets there. They're there after everybody leaves, and they still suck. But then you have people who come in and on their first round knock it out of the park, and you're like, this person has it. You don't know what it is. It is an undefinable quality.
We're not talking about an undefinable quality. That is a term. A term has a specific meaning.
Okay.
You can look up it factor somewhere, and there's a definition of it factor.
And you can look up e-boy or e-girl, and
right, but that's not the point. The point is, what is it? And you cannot say.
Okay.
They don't know what it is.
Okay.
That's my point.
All right. Okay. You've paid for a ringtone. Old.
I think I did at one point.
Yeah, I definitely did.
I bought a ringtone or two for sure.
I bought a ringtone recently.
I don't have a phone ring.
Yeah,
so.
even though my phone hasn't vibrated. Well, because I use it as an alarm.
Oh, yeah.
But the only way to get like the section of ringtone that I wanted was to buy it. Redeem if your first phone was an iPhone. It was not.
No, it was not.
I was already deep into the phone business when
Same.
when iPhones came about.
So I'm at 4 and Dash is at 2. And that's why I got so ornery about the last question, because I'm old. Old, you owned a Razor phone.
Yes.
I didn't. I wasn't even cool enough to own a Razor phone.
I did, and I lost it. I was stolen from me, but whatever.
Redeem, you wore silly bands during that trend. I did.
No, I didn't.
I did, because I worked in a high school and students would give them to me, and I would just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Somebody gave me some silly bands, but I never wore them.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
All right. Old. You own a calendar not on your phone. I do.
Normally, we have one.
Yeah.
And we get it at Christmas, and it has everybody's birthday and anniversary and all that stuff on
I
it.
just got a Bob's Burgers daily calendar
Oh,
for
nice.
Christmas. That's cool.
Daily is too much for me. I need a monthly.
Name a TikTok. Redeem. Name a TikTok dance move and then do it.
No.
Nope.
Just full straight. No.
Low key. Nope.
High key. Nope. Old.
I know the one that goes like, my money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like the way you wiggle wiggle for sure. But I couldn't do the dance if you put a gun to my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old. You remember when Facebook came out?
Yes.
I do too. I had a Facebook account when you still had to have an @edu email. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, let's go over this for some of our little before you get
I've
to the
been
redeem.
saying it.
What the markers are?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been saying it. We have a game controller, then a cell phone, then a piece of avocado toast, a fanny pack. Number 5 is wine.
That's where I am.
6 is a pair of khaki shorts. 7 is a riding lawnmower. 8 is a minivan. 9 is...
I think 9's like an aggressive haircut.
Yes, it's that Karen haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. The let me talk to your manager haircut. And then number 10 is a pair of white New Balance sneakers.
They're not New Balance because they have an M on them.
Yeah, that's a copyright issue,
yeah.
but yeah.
The redeem is you have a TikTok account.
I do have a TikTok account.
I do not.
Redeemed.
I do not.
I have to have it for business purposes.
Sure. I watch it. I watch TikToks on Instagram like an adult.
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram and my TikTok. They're both the same. _Maverick, all one word. Old. You know who Tom from MySpace is.
I do.
I do. I know who Tom from MySpace is.
Tom from MySpace, yeah.
Yeah. Redeem if you no longer use Facebook. Unfortunately, I do. Allie and Mai's daily chat is on Facebook Messenger, but also Facebook is pretty much how I get all of my news articles and stuff.
I don't use Facebook. I go on Facebook.
Fair.
Yeah.
I just like to see what's going on. The problem I have with Instagram and like the TikToks and stuff is that sort of spoon feeds you the information that they want you to know. Whereas with Facebook, I'm getting articles shared at me from people I know. Right? Like with Instagram, when you start scrolling through Reels, you're just going to be assigned Reels that may or may not match your interests. Right? And it's from random people, not people you know. Whereas on Facebook, your news feed is all people you know. So
I don't know. I've seen a ton of ads on Facebook lately.
well, yeah, ads, yes, but I don't pay attention to the ads. I'm just like if whatever.
Right, but the ads don't look like ads. Like you really have to sit there and like investigate and whatever. And
Sure.
Obviously, that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't use Facebook, and I definitely don't use it to get news.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You fetishize pizza and wine? What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I definitely don't. Definitely not wine. Oh, I think it's one of those things like you like aggressively love wine and pizza, like the people who wear the shirts that say it's wine o'clock.
Oh no, I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Redeem. You take selfies from that weird below you angle.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't do that either.
No.
Is that a thing?
That's every picture your parents send you. Every picture any guy over 40 ever has on their Facebook profile picture is always like from here, like they're looking at the phone and then it's just like right up their nose.
Oh yeah, no, yikes.
All right. I'm at wine. Allie is at khaki shorts, which I haven't worn in forever. Just FYI. Old. Mm-hmm. You kept a box.
Uh-oh. That means you've definitely done it. If you're laughing, you've done it.
There's like several in this room. Old. You kept a box because it is, quote, a nice box.
Literally said it 3 days ago. I was like, but that's such a nice box. Yeah.
My brother got me for
100%.
Christmas a box because he knew I was going to be like, ooh, that's a nice box. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Redeem, you know your anagram number. Enneagram? What is that word?
I don't know.
And I think just the fact that we don't know what that says means we don't know what the number is.
Right. If you know what that is, let us know. We're not going to Google it because I obviously am too old.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, like, there's probably boxes in this room right now that I could look at and be like, ooh, that's a nice box. That's why I kept it.
There's
There's several.
Listen, there are few joys in this world like a nice box.
There's a pile of boxes right over there.
Yeah. Okay, old. You can relate to this quote. The good news is that when you're a grown up, you can eat ice cream for dinner. The bad news is that you feel like crap after doing it.
I mean, to be fair, though, that's been true with me since I was in high school because I'm lactose intolerant. I
did just say, I remember when I was a kid one time, my mom let us have ice cream for dinner. And I was like, this is the greatest day of my whole life. I always say that as an adult, cereal is a legitimate meal. You can have cereal whenever you want. I mean, I guess I relate to it. I don't feel that bad after I eat ice cream.
I mean, one of my favorite snacks is Quaker Oat squares, just straight out of the box.
I mean, listen, the most garbage way to eat cereal is the way you're supposed to eat cereal. And literally any other way to eat cereal is infinitely better.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to crush up some cereal and snort it in lines, go for it.
Great. Put it in some ice cream, delicious.
Yeah,
straight out the box, delicious.
Drizzled on some churro with dulce de leche, go for it.
Great. Every other way to eat cereal except in a bowl with milk is superior to eating it in a bowl with milk. Yeah, I don't really relate to it. I don't really eat like ice cream for dinner, but like if you want to, if it blows your hair back, go for it. The redeem is you have a Tinder account. I do not.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, you've redeemed yourself. Yeah. I'm at 8 and Dash
I mean, does it
is
count
6.
that I have it if I don't use it? Like,
yeah.
I have it, but they've sent me messages like, hey, if you don't begin swiping again, we're not showing your profile to people. I guess. Old. You know what the save icon looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have one somewhere
Same.
around here. I keep those things so I could be like, look at your past. Gaze into the ravages of time. Redeem, name a Billie Eilish song. Damn it.
Nope.
Nothing.
Can't do that.
I couldn't even tell you what Billie Eilish looks like.
I could tell you.
Yeah.
She hosted SNL kind of recently. She was on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
She has a face with hair, and her hair used to be like green. And I think she wore like a big sweater.
Okay.
And I think her hair is like dyed blonde.
Didn't she do the last James Bond movie theme song?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. I could be wrong. I could be thinking about Haley Atwell. No, I don't know.
Okay, I'm at 9, so this could go very poorly for me.
I'm at 7, riding lawnmower.
You enjoyed mercilessly torturing your sim characters as a kid. Oh, 100%.
You played The Sims?
I did, yeah.
I didn't know you played The Sims.
I did, and I made him do all kinds of like weird stuff.
I'm finding out a new thing about Allie.
Light stuff on fire. And
Did you put him in the pool and then remove the ladder?
I don't think I did that, but I made him do like weird. Like I would like make him cry, not feed him and stuff.
Which version of The Sims did you play?
I don't know. One,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I played Sim City, but
oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I played Sim City. Is that different?
no, Sims is the one where you control people like your god. Sim City is the one where you basically build a city from the ground up.
Are there people in it though?
No, not that you control.
Okay, then I played The Sims at one point.
Yeah.
Redeem if you still play Sims. I do not.
Oh, so that means
and
that's
I have lost.
Allie has reached the 10.
I am old. I am fine with that.
Let me do one more since you started. You've said, I'm too tired to watch The Bachelorette tonight. Or I guess fill in any... No, have you said the words, I'm too tired to watch The Bachelorette tonight?
I have never said
No.
anything involving watching The Bachelorette. I'm not interested. I never have been interested.
Never.
I never will be interested.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Redeem if you streamed on Twitch.
No.
Not directly. Indirectly we have. because we called in one time
Oh, right.
to do our improv set with...
We have been on a Twitch stream.
But not directly.
I have watched Twitch streams. I know what Twitch is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, Allie...
No, I've never... Do old people watch The Bachelor? Is that what that's implying?
I guess, maybe?
I thought The Bachelor was universal. It was
I don't know.
ageless.
Well, now it's like The Bachelor
The Golden
Years,
Bachelor.
or The Golden Bachelor, and it's like an older dude.
And apparently, like... they go through the whole thing and they like find out the dude is kind of trash. And I was like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I've never watched that show. I've never been interested in watching that show. I've never cared to watch that show. Like,
yeah, no, me neither. I know people love it. They like swear by it.
Look, and if you do, great. More power to you. If it brings you joy and it's not hurting anyone, go for it.
Exactly. But I am not interested in
Yeah.
Bachelor, Bachelorette, Golden Bachelor, Golden Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in it.
All right. Shall we rate the box and cards and play the game?
I'm going to rate that box
Yeah.
a good box.
That's a good box.
That's a good box.
That's a good box.
Yeah. I'm rating that box a good box.
Yeah, this is a good box. A nice box. If it
That
didn't
is
have the game in it, I would keep this box.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice box.
The pieces, I love the little game path that keeps score. And I love the little avocado.
And I love
chip.
that it's a tiny little individual card, so it's not like a huge playing board that's like taking up your whole table. Like you could play this in a small amount of space, which is nice. The cards, I like the font down in the corner. Like I like that the writing is down in the corner.
Yeah, it's very well designed.
Yeah. I'm going to give the cards a marquee outside an old theater.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it does have
giving
that
the
sort
cards.
of. So this type of font is for those of you who are wondering. This is a deco type. That's what this type of font is called.
Pause for Dash's font talk.
So it's got that deco sort of look to it, which is very cool. And you know, in the vein of
It's
the
like
game,
an old
it's
school
old. It's an old school font.
marquee.
Yeah, it's an
Right.
old school marquee. Yeah. Did you have fun?
I mean, yes and no. Like, it doesn't feel good to know that the point of the game is that you're getting old, but
Yeah,
also
I guess
the
that's true.
nostalgia of it is also kind of a lovely feeling.
Right. Yeah. And there are certain things that they call out that you're like, oh no, this is a thing for old people. I do this thing.
Right. Or also, like, is this a thing old people do?
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
some of them I've never heard of, or I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
Like the Bachelor thing. I was
Yeah,
like, what?
that's true.
What? Is that for old people?
It's weird
Quote
being the
unquote
same age as old people.
But then, so I was just listening to something today, and they were talking about grandma is only 60, and they were like,
Oof.
oh, she's so young. And I'm like,
Yeah.
age is such a weird
Right.
thing. And I was talking to a friend just a couple days ago, and she was saying something like, you know, how Google like accosts you with like 20 years ago you were doing whatever, and she's like, what? I wasn't even alive 20 years ago. And it's like, no, we were.
Yeah.
But like, there's something in our brain where it's like, yeah.
I think as part of it is because we were on autopilot for many of those years. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I just don't feel old enough to have done something 20 years ago.
I guess so.
But
yeah.
there's many things that I did 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Yeah.
I just feel like I didn't really start living until roughly college. Right. So,
I graduated from college almost 20 years ago.
oh my God.
Almost
yeah.
20 years ago.
Wow,
Not quite
that's-
yet. But
that's
like, that's what
true.
I'm saying is
Yeah.
like, I don't feel old enough to have done something 20 years ago. But I definitely have friends that I've had for more than 3 decades. We've been friends.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is wild to think about.
Yeah.
Because I don't think either of us feels old enough to have known any person at all for 3 decades.
So Allie, you're getting old.
I sure am. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Just take some ibuprofen and move on.
Yep. That's what it is. Yeah. Put on your New Balance sneakers and
And walk off into the sunset.
yeah. So that was You're Getting Old, a party game for you and your aging friends by VanGoToys.com. And that's we're now old.
That's fine. I've known that for a while.
We love you, little ghosties. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now we'd love to hear from you.
You can visit playdatepod.us to watch our videos,
Access our episode library,
find out more about our brand of quality, clean comedy.
and contact us with any questions or comments.
Improvisers love audience suggestions, so make sure you visit playdatepod.us.
And the podcast you just heard was a production of Society Circus Players.
If you like what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And finally, if life's a circus, we're the clowns!
I mean, we're just reading and feeling old.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing today. Just reading and feeling old. Oh, this is the perfect game for us, by the way.
But not like reading a book.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel I'm getting old. I'm there. Like
You're fully old at this point.
Yeah. What if a young person got this game just to flex on us? Just show up at a party like, I'm so young. Can you get a negative score?
Leave now.